The story starts on Isla Nublar, a little island 120 miles off the bank of Costa Rica. A huge gathering of development laborers and creature controllers offload an enormous compartment, the animal inside inconspicuous. During the cycle, the creature endeavors to get away, a demonstration which prompts a mass frenzy, and the demise of one of the laborers. The story hops forward to a golden mine in the Dominican Republic, where we discover that excavators separating golden are engaged with a hereditary designing organization called InGen. We likewise discover that the passing of the specialist seen before has raised serious worries about the security of the island, as per Donald Gennaro, an InGen delegate, and that the proprietor of the island is currently looking for topological specialists in the field to assist with underwriting the recreation area. While he addresses the man responsible for the mine, Juanito, his team tracks down a huge lump of golden with a safeguarded mosquito inside. At a paleontological removal in Montana, we are acquainted with Dr. Alan Award and his collaborator Ellie Sattler, as they gradually uncover the fossilized remaining parts of a velociraptor, maybe nature's most deadly and clever hunter to date. A wonderful example developed to kill. Some portion of Award's examination explores different avenues regarding another radiological gadget that shoots a test into the soil which skips a picture of a revealed raptor skeleton back to a PC screen. Award is reluctant about the new innovation, however appears to be interested with the picture it produces without digging. He is likewise a supporter of a long-held hypothesis among scientists that dinosaurs developed more from birds than reptiles. One of his colleagues has brought along his child, who laughs at the picture on the screen, unmoved with the way that it seems to be a dead turkey. Award recounts how velociraptors would chase their prey with quick organized assaults. The kid is sickened when Award makes sense of that after their prey is cut down. Velociraptors would frequently eat their prey alive. The dig is stopped by the unexpected appearance of Award and Sattler's principal support, the old and unconventional extremely rich person, John Hammond. He welcomes them over to underwrite his most recent venture, a far-off island resort, where he guarantees that their novel natural attractions are ensured to drive kids out their psyches. Alan and Ellie are hesitant to leave their dig, however Hammond tempts them by proposing to subsidize their labor for 3 additional years. Award and Sattler are joined by 2 different characters, the similarly whimsical confusion scholar Dr. Ian Malcolm, and the legal advisor, Donald Gennaro, who addresses Hammond's financial backers. As they show up by helicopter, they are blessed to receive a remarkable display of no-nonsense dinosaurs. Simply seeing these powerful monsters, a transcending Brachiosaurus joined by a crowd of Parasaurolophus, is sufficient to amaze the staggered guests, save for Gennaro's impromptu remark, "We will make a fortune off this place." Afterward, as they show up at the island's focal retreat and control office, the guests are given a short visit through the cycle that made the creatures. InGen has prevailed with regards to cloning creatures from basic strands of DNA rescued from mosquitoes that benefited from dinosaur blood, and were safeguarded for a long period of time inside fossilized golden. The gathering is shown the egg brooding room, with perfect timing to observe the introduction of a child velociraptor, a sight that profoundly upsets Award. He requests to see where the grown-ups are housed. The exceptional regulation office found in the presentation, a stronghold of charged walls and thick foliage, all that isolates the people from the most hazardous animal on the island. Award is observer to the day-to-day taking care of the creatures. A cow is brought down into the pit, just to be stripped clean inside minutes. The guests, and the crowd, is saved the horrifying sight of the slaughter by a thick covering of wilderness foliage. The gathering gets ready to encounter the amusement park's focal fascination, wherein guests leave on a safari-like visit through the recreation area, on exceptional electric portage pioneers. Award, Sattler, Malcolm and Gennaro are joined by Hammond, 2 kids, Lex and her younger sibling Tim. As the gathering takes off, Hammond sinks into the fundamental control room where his 2 PC specialists, Arnold and Nedry, deal with the perplexing foundation of the recreation area. The visit is generally unastounding. The Tyrannosaurus rex and Dilophosaurus, 2 incredibly perilous carnivores, decline to uncover themselves to the enthusiastic vacationers. A debilitated Triceratops is likewise experienced, watched out for by the recreation area veterinarians, whom Sattler passes on the gathering to assist with. A coming typhoon powers the visit to be stopped, as a large portion of the staff leave by transport for the central area. Meanwhile, we get familiar with the genuine nature of Nedry. He has been employed to take dinosaur undeveloped organisms for InGen's opponent organization, Biosyn. To take the undeveloped organisms, he closes down security frameworks all through the recreation area. However, this additionally makes the visit's electric vehicles stall, and the electric walls shut down, subsequently letting the dinosaurs out of regulation. In the film's most exciting grouping, a T-Rex gets away from its nook and continues to wreck the visit vehicles. Gennaro is eaten, Malcolm is fundamentally harmed, however Award figures out how to escape with the scared youngsters. Meanwhile, A lost and befuddled Nedry, attempting to surrender the taken incipient organisms to his contact, experiences a toxin-spitting Dilophosaurus, and equity is managed. Sattler and the recreation area superintendent Muldoon show up in a jeep at the site of the T-Rex assault to find the harmed Malcolm and the remaining parts of Gennaro, yet every other person has vanished. The T-Rex gets back to give pursuit to the jeep not too far off in an astonishing vehicle pursuit of an activity succession, yet the people in the end figure out how to get away. Ward and the children go through the late evening sleeping on a tree, and wake up to find a Brachiosaurus brushing close by. Lex is at first terrified, yet Ward consoles her, and the crowd, that brachiosaurs are quiet herbivores, and that dinosaurs aren't beasts, they're simply creatures. Yet again we are offered the chance to see the value in the excellence and grandness of these sublime animals. With Malcolm harmed, park framework still disconnected, Arnold is compelled to make an uncommon move and reset the framework, a demonstration that has the potentially negative results of liberating the horrible velociraptors from their nook. Arnold, Muldoon and Sattler endeavor to re-establish power, just to have Arnold and Muldoon outmaneuvered and killed by the cleverness animals. Just Sattler figures out how to barely try not to wind up dead. Subsequent to seeing a charge of ostrich-like dinosaurs known as Gallimimus, Ward and the children return to the primary hotel intricate, just to think that it is deserted. Ward leaves the children in the principal eating region, and attempts to look for different survivors. Meanwhile, Lex and Tim are cornered by a couple of raptors inside the principal kitchen. In perhaps of the most unnerving scene in the whole film, the raptors tail through the dull kitchen, looking for the children. Ultimately, Lex and Tim figure out how to draw one of the raptors into the cooler and lock it in, yet the other raptor drives them out of the kitchen. Getting together in the control room, Ward, Sattler, and the children endeavor to re-establish power and correspondences to the recreation area, yet are caught in by a similar raptor. Just under the wire, the security frameworks and telephone lines are brought back on the web. In any case, the raptors figure out how to break into the control room and gives pursuit to our legends all through the whole structure. Ultimately, our legends are cornered by the last two raptors inside the fundamental chamber. Similarly, as all trust is lost, the T-Rex come crashing in and assaults the raptors, purchasing sufficient time for the little gathering of people to get away. As the people empty the island by helicopter, the T-Rex gives a last triumph thunder behind a falling pennant declaring, "When dinosaurs controlled the earth." The closure scene is very strong and epic, and impeccably encapsulates the film in depicting dinosaurs as probably the most great animals to at any point walk the earth.